Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Ariel Ben Yasharala. This is Ariel Ben Yasharala. Blah. This is Ariel Ben Yasharala down here in Lions Den camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Father and to the Son in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. Call Alayim La, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha, Racha, Kwadash, Ma'amath. As I'm recording this right now, the Elder Apostle Tahar, he's doing a back to the basics lesson. And I was having a conversation with somebody earlier today, and it was a pretty much like back to the basics type conversation, talking about Adam and Eve. He said they was the first two, and I was like, they were. It was more than just them. And as I kind of explained it to him, and it really didn't stick with him. He was an older Jake, so But I was just saying it to him. Maybe it might stick, but it didn't. So I backed up, but. I'm doing a lesson on this. This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, going into how there was more than just Adam and Eve on the face of the earth. So this is Genesis 1 and 26. And Yahweh said, I'll read it verbatim. And God said, let us make man in our image. All right. After our likeness. And well, I'll go into that. Yahweh, where it says, and God said, Yahweh, the Father created Yahweh Shai and other souls, are the elect in the spiritual realm, and then gave Yahweh Shai the blueprint on how to create what we see now, the heavens and the earth. He was the one that fastened it together per the power and the order of Yahweh. So that's why it says, let us make man in our image. All right. After our likeness. Okay. So there was, Yahweh created Yahweh Shai, and then he created other souls, the elect. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Right. Verse 27. So God created man in his own image, in the image of God created he them, male and female created he them. And God said, blessed, and God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Right. So there were other humans on the face of the earth before Adam and Eve. All right. And then let's go to the next one. All right, this is Genesis chapter. In Genesis chapter 1, Yahweh Shai created humans, male and female. All right. Told them, be fruitful, multiply, subdue the earth. All right. Then in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, it says, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Right. So the other humans that he created were just humans, humans formed, male and female, whatever. All right, boom. But in this creation that he's creating, he did something different. He didn't just create them in their own image, and in their own image, he what says, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Right. And we know that true life, true living is knowing the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. Right. And we all know that man is Adam. So there's a clear indication of separation of the regular humans that he created, as opposed to Adam. All right. Now he I say secluded, but but set him up. Going more into this chapter, it talks about how, they made the rivers, he had gold and everything. So, the Lord really, set him up for real. All right. But even more so, I'm going to go into, hold on. All right. So this is chapter 4, start at verse 14. All right. This is after Cain slew Abel. All right. It says, and behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth. This is Cain speaking to the Lord after come on. And from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. Right. So why would Cain say that if Adam and Eve were the only humans on the face of the earth, all right, and they had Cain and Abel, their first two kids, and then he slew his brother Abel, and now he's getting exiled, and he got cursed by the Lord, and then he's like, oh, that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. That means that there was other people on the face of the earth, at the same time as Adam and Eve. Going more into it, this is 15, verse 15, and the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, and this is just put more onto the point that there were more people. And the Lord said unto Cain, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, and that mark was what Caucasians look like, right? So-called Caucasians look like right now. Okay. Lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife. All right, his wife, that means that it wasn't Eve that he knew. Okay. And she conceived and bare Enoch, and he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch, right? And it takes more than one individual to make a city. It takes more than two individuals to make a city. All right, to make an actual city, you need multiple people. So if it was just him and his lady and his son, it would just been a crib, or maybe like a small little compound type village vibe, But it wasn't. It was a city that multiple inhabitants dwell in. So this is just a quick, I guess you can call it a spiritual hydration, back to the basic spiritual hydration, just, going into how there were more than just two individuals on the face of the earth. All right. So I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom.